Hello, welcome back. We're back at it again with another One Piece thing. Today we're gonna be doing something. Well, honestly, it's a little different, but it's more of the same stuff, honestly, because we have a Yamato deck, which we've talked about in the past before. However, this is the Supernova package, which is mostly a Supernova package. As you can tell, it's also OP11 stuff and premium card as well. Other than that, this is gonna be a little bit more unconventional because I had just put this deck together literally today. I've known about this deck for a while now and I've tinkered with it in the past, but I've never really put it through its pace because I've never really liked the list for a Supernova package for Yamato. I think it makes sense, but I don't know if Yamato does it better than Law, if that makes sense. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll just quickly bring him up. Here he is. I just saw him like for a split second. He was at the top. Where'd my little man go? There he is. You didn't know this is another yellow-green leader. It's Law. This one lets you switch around cards from your life and on the board, stuff like that. It's a pretty technical leader, a lot more technical than Yamato. However, Yamato has a pretty open-ended leader ability, so I think potentially Yamato has a better chance at making this whole thing work. On top of that, this is also based off the list from Cross AI that he's been testing out and playing on and off stream. So he's been cooking with this. This is more or less not his most recent. I make changes to this, but this is like 80% of what he's already running currently in the Supernova package of Yamato. And then also I added a new event. I will become King of the Pirates. So this is a premium card. I don't know how you got this, but I did add it in because it's a searchable Supernova card. It boosts your leader by a lot if you can keep a pretty big board, which I don't think will be impossible to do. And it kind of, like, these two kind of convinced me that, yeah, I want to see if this has legs. And because we're playing with a premium card that's not legal in the Western servers, I decided just to make it a OP11 deck, which then we're adding Capone and we're adding Red Hawk as well, since they're OP11 cards. And OP11 comes out at the time of streaming, comes out in about a month, a little less than a month or so. So I decided this was going to be a decent list. This is mostly based off of Cross AI's. One of the dead giveaways is the fact that the man barely runs any 2Ks and runs a lot of bricks. You know, it's fine. We're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. I will probably be tinkering with this a little more. So for today's stream, it's gonna be mostly taking this list into the 1v1 thing. So the solo versus self mode, where we take the deck. We're very likely gonna do a mirror match. And we're gonna just kind of play out a couple of hands and see how the deck feels. And then after that, we'll probably go up against a separate deck that is like not this. So we might go up against like a Reiju. Well, I'll load in a Reiju deck that we can then practice against and see how like an easier deck to pilot that's a lot more aggressive can handle Yamato. And then if we're lucky, by the end of that, hopefully we'll have a chance to actually try it out in the OP11 format, or we might just throw this into the OP11 format and test things out there. I feel pretty good about this. We have two searchers. The majority of our deck is Supernovas. I believe it's like 40 cards are Supernova. The only thing I'm more hesitant about is that we have only 8 2K counters. So we only have X-Drake and Apu. We're never playing Apu, so this is purely just a 2K counter. X-Drake is more of an end game play, so it is mostly a 2K counter in hand. And then on top of that, we're going to be running Red Hawk in this because not only is it a form of removal, it's also a 3K counter event for one. I haven't had to play a 3K count or a one Dawn counter event in a while. So we'll see if I remember how to, let's see if I can be greedy or not be greedy. And then these two are mostly just like additions that fit into the Supernova package. So let's do a card by card and actually see what we're getting ourselves into. So if you don't know, Yamato is a 4-life leader that has double attack, activate main once per turn. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, attach up to 2 Rested Dawn to one of your characters. This generically good ability. You just, you know, you hit your opponent once, doesn't matter who it is, and essentially you can just start giving Dawn to your more aggressive bodies, and then eventually with double attack, You'll eventually chew through their hand. Apu, primarily just a 2k counter. It's a 1000 or 1 cost 1000 2k counter on play. Rest up to one of your opponent's 2 cost or less characters. Never going to be doing that. Very rare, if anything. Next one is Hody Jones, 7/8. No counter. Rush on play. Rest up to total of 2. Okay, rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's characters and or Dawn. Then put the top of your life card into your hand. This is a staple in green. Cross had it at 2. I'm going to keep it at 2. This is very likely gonna, I honestly don't even know what I would switch this out for. Maybe like one of these or another Hody, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. It's not searchable, so we're gonna end up bottom decking this a lot. So it's really not going to be reliable to use. We could also switch this out for Eustace Kid, the 8 drop that trashes an opponent's life. So we'll see. Julie Bonnie, it's a 1 cost 1000 power, 1k counter, activate main, rest 1 Dawn. You may rest this character, look at the top 5 of your deck, reel up to 1 supernova type card and add it to your hand, then place the rest of them on your deck. That's our first searcher, oldest searcher. Sanji, it's a blocker, 5k or 5 cost, 6k power, 1k counter. On play, if you have 2 or less life cards, draw a card and then trash one from your hand. So card draw, cycling, pretty good. I do like this. This is a new condition. I've seen this show up in a lot of people's decks. Thankfully, it's pretty cheap right now. You know, thank God. Next one, Basil Hawkins. It's a little more suspect, but you know, it's a supernova card that we can throw into our life with Law. And then of course, eventually your opponent has to deal with it. And whenever your opponent does deal with it, they have to trash a life. So we'll see about that. So it's a 4 cost, 5k power, 1k counter on KO, trash up to one of your opponent's life cards. Trigger, draw 2, trash 1 from your hand. I like the trigger. Trigger's pretty good. You get to cycle cards out of your hand, have a better potential of drawing your 2k counters or drawing like a decent answer against your opponent. Luffy, this is Monkey D. Luffy, 1 cost, 2k power, 1k counter on play. Look at the top 5 of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with a supernova other than Monkey D. Luffy, add it to your hand, then place the rest of the Bonnie of your deck in any order. Basically, this is the same thing as Bonnie, but without a repeatable effect. And then X-Drake, what we talked about a little bit earlier. It's a 3 cost, 3k, 2k counter. Activate main, you may rest this character. If the number of your life cards is less than or equal to the number of your opponent's life cards, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. If you've watched any of my streams, this card has got me many times. And it's so annoying. It's a very annoying card, so I'm going to run it since we have the opportunity to. Trafalgar Law is probably I wouldn't say centerpiece, but it's definitely like our top end. This is definitely what we want to be playing over Hody Jones. So Trafalgar Law is a 7 cost, 9k power, no counter, on play. Reveal a supernova type character card from your hand and add it to the top of your deck face down. Then if the rest of this doesn't matter, but then if your leader has the supernova type, give up to 1 rested Dawn to your leader. The first part is just basically just heal a card from your hand. So we're going to be putting things like Basil Hawkins, putting X-Drake, we're going to be putting like Luffy, all the supernova stuff we can put at the top of our life face down. So it's a heal 1, swings for 9, good aggression for a low cost Dawn, and decent effect, really good effect. Thankfully this is dropping down. It's about 12 bucks I think right now, so something worth looking into at least. Capone Beiji, this is a new card from OP11 that we haven't seen yet in the West, but it is coming out soon. It's a 2 cost, 1k power, 1k counter blocker. Once per turn, if you have a supernova type character other than Capone that would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may add that card to the top of your life cards face down instead. Ooh, that's good. I knew this was a good card. Man, reading it out loud is like, holy moly, this is good. So basically, even if your opponent tries to get rid of Basil Hawkins, you could just throw Basil Hawkins on top of your life. And do you have to trash this? I think no. Would be removed from the type. You may add that. Yeah, you don't have to do anything with this card. Like I thought you would have to tap it or, you know, trash it, do something with this. No, he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna save something once per turn. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I can see why people are really hyped for this. Hopefully this doesn't, you know, get out of hand with pricing. Monkey D. Luffy. I like this card since playing Yellow Black Luffy, so I can see why we're running it here. It's a 5 cost, 6k power, 1k counter. Activate main once per turn. This character gains 2k power, until the start of your next turn. Then, if you have 1 or more life, draw 1 card and trash the top card of your life. So, great in Black Yellow Luffy. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to be good in Yamato. However, getting that like 2k buff until your next turn is pretty nice. And the potential of drawing, like, usually, even in Black Yellow Luffy, you kind of play this out when you have 0 life, so you don't trash a life by accident, but you know, it's not a big deal. The next card, that's probably one you haven't seen. I didn't even know existed until literally today when I saw a video from Marine 4 TCG, where he mentioned that, hey, this card exists and you should think about, you know, at least picking up 2. So I looked at it, I'm like, all right, I'll pick up 2. We'll give it a shot. It's a 2-cost event. It's a Supernova Straw Hat card. I will become the Pirate King. Active or main. Your leader gains 1k power during this turn for each of your characters. So this has the potential. The ceiling of this is giving your Yamato a plus 5k power boost. Obviously, the floor is giving it a 1k power boost. And then it has the trigger if your leader or up to one of your characters gain 1k power during this turn. So the floor of this card is basically a worse version of your trigger. The ceiling of this card is turn your leader into a 10k swing. That's a guaranteed, I would say almost guaranteed hit. So I think it's good. We'll see, especially when paired with Straw Sword. Straw Sword is a 2-cost event. Main, rest up to one of your opponent's characters. So obviously if you're up against like a Blackbeard, you can rest their 10-cost each and then play I will become Pirate King. Swing at your Blackbeard opponent for 10. Very unlikely that they'll be able to get out of that. Then as a trigger, play up to 1 Supernova type character or stage card with the cost of 2 or less from your hand. I mean, what do we even have other than searchers? I mean, you can play Beiji if you really want. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, well, maybe. But you only have 2 of these, so I wouldn't trigger it. I would just keep it in hand if you do get it in life. Our next one is Dan Punk. Electromagnetic Cannon. It's a 4-cost event. Main, look at up to one of your... Okay, look at up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards and place it at the top or bottom of their life cards. Then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 5 or less. So obviously, we want the KO effect here. Moving the top card of your opponent's life, potentially good. We'll see. Trigger's actually pretty good because you could draw 1, then discard 1 from your hand. So to cycle 2, if you do trigger this, we were running 4, so it's not that bad to trigger out of life. And then of course, probably the card I'm more excited for that I'm anticipating. Well, these 2 for sure. I'm anticipating. Gum Gum Red Hawk. It's a 1-cost event. It has two modes. It has a main and it has a counter. Main, you may rest 3 Dawn cards. So this becomes a 4-cost event, essentially pseudo 4-cost event, very similar to Dan Punk. If both players' total amount of life cards is 5 or more, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 5. So this is great because particularly against Green Purple Luffy, because you can get rid of their Sanji and Pudding like immediately as soon as they throw it down, because you're guaranteed that the 2 of you are pretty much going to be at 5 or more life when they do throw down Sanji and Pudding. So saving this for the early game against a Green Purple Luffy is almost worth its slot in the deck. And then of course it has a counter event. Up to one of your leaders gain 3k power during this battle. Pretty standard for a 1-cost event. Not searchable, so gotta keep that in mind. But we're running it at 4, so it's gonna be good. But yeah, I think looking at this list, it looks very promising. I think the list looks good. I would like to run another 2k counter suite in here. Like honestly, I'm trying to think. What is it? You do C 2000. If I could, I would throw in Izo. Izo's rest up to one of your opponent's 4 costs or less. I think this is a pretty good 2k counter. I don't think we have a ton of slash, so I wouldn't run this. You also have the potential of running like Satori, generically good. Frankie, generically good. Do we have another Supernova? Obviously Zeus, when Zeus comes out. In fact, I should probably even think about putting Zeus in here. Maybe potentially get rid of Dan Punk for Zeus, because Zeus is a 2k counter in hand. So it does eat up a life card, but it does still get rid of that 5k power. Something we're thinking about. I see a lot of people running this. This is primarily just a 2k counter. It's not going to be very good in the deck. If anything, I would say probably Zeus. If I could get rid of Dampunk, I would probably add Zeus in place of this. But then we're losing a searchable target, reducing our searcher power. I think it's fine. I think we're in a decent spot here. It's gonna be rough for sure, running only 8 2k counters, but we have what is it, 24 1ks. So we're gonna have counter in hand, just not great counter, but we'll see. All right, let's actually just, before we even jump into the simulator, we're gonna do a solo. We're gonna just do a mirror match just to see what we think. Wow, that's even worse. Wow. I love the simulator, man. It really loves to F me over here. In both hands. Both hands have horrible hands. Man, I did not think it was possible. But it is. Lo and behold. Do I even want to get out of this? I could. I don't think I'm going to, though. Actually, we could. Because that'll put me up to 8, and then I would just have to... Yeah. And then just drop one of these. Holy moly. What a bad start. So I guess we grab our law. That's definitely gonna be our win condition. That looks fine. And then try to just get a swing in. And then just play out a blocker, and then we'll pass. Let's see. So at 5 Dawn, what are we doing for 5 Dawn? We can get our searcher out, and then for 3 Dawn, there's not much to do for 3. We can play out a blocker, which is not a bad idea. We can cycle out. Yeah, let's get a... Let's see. We do have a blocker. No blocker. I'll take the cards. We'll use the trigger. Draw 2, trash 1, right? We have the better searcher in hand. Oh, I see. Okay, see, this is why we do playtests. Because I even though I read the card, it didn't register in my head. That's fine though. So for 6. So we can search. We'll have 4. Don't have much to do for 4. We could eat up a life. Well, obviously we're not going to eat up a life right now, but we'll be able to eat up a life in the future. So I think the plan is just to keep trying to swing in. No point of doing that yet. So 7 Dawn. Let's finally just get a searcher out. And then we're at 5. So we're probably just going to want to grab Sloofy. Turn them like that. We got 5 left. It's no point in playing out another Sanji. We'll just be wasting a trigger or an on-play effect. I don't want to waste my blockers yet. So now we're at 8. What supernova do we have in hand? We have our Bonnie in hand. This would trash the Bonnie, but I think that's okay. No blockers, we'll take this one. And then we'll just throw the blocker at that. So at 9, we're at 9. Not looking too hot. At least not for this one. I do want to draw this at some point. So we're at 8. Because I want to try to get rid of this Luffy, even if I can save it. At this point, I would probably try to save it. And I haven't been keeping any of my Dawns open, so that's another thing to keep in mind, is Dawn. I think at this point I would probably just let this go, even though we would be losing. Yeah, because we're losing a body regardless, so I would rather lose the Searcher. Okay. So now we're at 10. 7, 10. All right. So what do we want to rest? We'll rest that. Rest that. Draw a life. Okay. Oh, if we eat up our life, because what? Can we go for game at this point? Because we swing in with 7, 7, 8, 9, 7. So it'd be, no, this would be 8. So this would be 9, 8, 8, 7. I don't think it would be a bad idea. This would be a goal all-in strategy. Okay. So obviously at this point now we're just going to swing in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we save, if we're able to save our life one of these hits. So 2, 2, yeah. So because we're able to save ourselves from this, just barely. No, I would rather get rid of a Searcher. Okay, that just made this attack void. Like, we just wasted our opportunity here, because now we can't go for lethal. And then we can only swing in realistically for 6. Is there anything I want to get rid of? We can get rid of this now. All right. So we're going to leave up 2 for our Red Hawks now. If we... What do we get rid of? We get rid of our opponent's Luffy, or we get rid of the Capone. One of the two. I think we get rid of Capone. Play out Capone. So 4, 5, 6. No, I think we play out Sanji. Actually, I mean, truth is, like, we literally just... Because he doesn't have... I mean, he has a blocker, but... Let's see if he has it. So it would be something like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 2Ks. Can I do 2 2Ks? No. Oof. Yeah, that'd be it. There we go. Okay. So, based on that first match, how do we feel? Obviously, this Yamato, top player, our top player Yamato did pretty good. I think it performed as expected. Bottom player Yamato, even though bottom player Yamato did win this, there were some pretty bad misplays. I think because we overcommitted up here, we lost that game, obviously. We just had more counters down here. How did I feel about this? The Red Hawks were nice. I liked having the Red Hawks. I think I am gonna switch the damn punks for something else. Okay. Let's go back to here. And this is just gonna be like a small edit. Because we're playing in OP 12, I'm just gonna switch out damn punk for the Zeus. And that makes me feel better because now we have more 2k counters in the deck. We still have removal. It's eating up a life, which is not great. But it's low cost removal. We're losing the supernova thing, but that's fine. Because the supernova thing we lost was an event. Removal event, so it's not the end of the world. I think we're like at what, like 40, 46? Yeah, I think we're at like 46 searchable targets with these two guys. Something like that. And primarily, I think I was right with the assessment of being like, this is kind of what we want, but this is really good. I wouldn't want to go down Red Hawks. I think this at 2 is fine. This might be like a one of, but I think 2 is fine. We just can't make this the focus of our strategy. You know what I mean? Like, if we have to lose bodies, we can lose bodies, but I would prefer not to lose bodies, if at all possible. So let's give this a try. Let's try this against something else. We'll do just a Reiju. Reiju is pretty easy to pilot and it stays aggressive. We have our searcher. I think we'll keep this. We'll force them to keep that. And then we'll just throw this out. End turn. Then we can do 2 things. Do we have something to trash? We can trash the Porsche. Throw this out. Perfect. This is exactly what we want to see. We'll leave it like that. And then let's grab... We'll grab a second one. And then next time we can do a Porsche. We can do the Porsche EGG combo. So at 3, what we can do is either we can swing in for 8, which is never a bad idea to swing for 8. However, we could dig a little bit deeper. We could swing for 7. Do a search. But what are we searching? I feel like our hand's pretty good at this point. So maybe we just go for 9. See if we can get out of that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can get out of this. It's going to cost a lot, but we can get out of that. So we're at 4. Get rid of this. Unfortunate. So we can actually search again. We'll grab and then we'll throw out the Porsche. Use car effect. Minus that. We will grab nothing because there's nothing to grab. And then how do I want this to be stacked? I think like that. And then we'll play out EGG. We'll do another Dawn minus. Play out our 7 drop. Do that. And then let's see. Start swinging in. Okay. So we got 2 laws. We're at 5. You can throw down the Luffy now. Force our opponent to draw this. Oh, great for them. So happy for you, Reiju. Because now, guess what? Reiju just gets to do this again. Nothing. And then for 4. Nice. All right. Now we need to keep this in mind. All right. Then we just swing face. Like that. We have this now. 5. Can we get out of this one even? 5. I think we're gonna have to take this one, and then we get out of the Reiju swing. No, we're not doing that. There we go. All right. So with that, now we're at 7. We can throw that on law. With law, we can put. What do we even have? Do we trash this, or do we trash what we don't know? Let me think. So what I can do is I can boost, trash this, play out, law, put this in my life, and then we just keep swinging. Was a beige. That's fine. We have this. This is pretty good. And then we will put that there. So we're at. This is definitely an issue. Because all he has to do is just 2k counter this. GG basically at that point. Yeah, because what is Reiju even scared of at this point? Oh, we could even trigger this. No, we're not going to trigger that, but we will probably end up using that. So we're at 5s. We could actually black bug, get rid of the Luffy. But is there even a point to doing that? Because basically we can swing for game at this point. We just split our Dom between these two, swing in here. So what we do, we'd swing 8. So 2Ks do we have? And we didn't even leave anything up for Red Hawk. That's unfortunate. No, we wouldn't be able to. But we know that's a 2k counter. We're giving ourselves the benefit of doubt. However, that benefit will not last very long. Yeah, GG. Let's do a rematch again. Because this could potentially just be unwinnable for us. We do have a searcher. I think we'll keep that. We're going to force Reiju to keep that. We got the law. I want to see these a little bit more than the Luffy. And then what can Reiju do? Reiju got nothing. Reiju, you poor. Go to the next one. I don't think we're worried about major swings, so we're gonna just force him to take this. Do we even have 2Ks? No, even if we wanted to. We would just, yeah, take that. So at 4 Dawn, Reiju doesn't have a whole lot going on. Reiju can play out Chopper. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. Lay this out. Lay this out. Could we get out of this? Actually, we could. I think that's the exact play we made last time. So we're at 5. if we want to keep this up, we should think about playing something at 4 or less. We could swing for 9. That could be the call, but we do have this in hand, so if we do develop a board, we will be rewarded. Actually, yeah, because next turn we can play Law, throw this into life. You know what? Yeah. Just unga bunga. No, can raise you get out of this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'd be 5. So I think we can actually get out of this. Trash this. Trash that. And then get rid of one of our choppers. No, we get rid of the Reiju. And then we leave one up for Red Rock. Or Red Hawk. This one. So at 4 Dawn. Play this out, and then I think we play out the chopper. Gain a Dawn, and then now we swing. Yeah, because I'm not gonna. Okay. That's fine. I'm semi-hoping I can draw into Hody Jones. So that's why I don't want to use my searchers, because I'm kind of hoping we'll get Hody Jones. This is tricky because, well, maybe we just do it. Put that on top. Would this be worth saving? We have 2 attackers, 3, 4. I think this would be worth saving. Am I willing to give up for it? I'll just give up Foxy. Or we can block, actually, yeah. So 6 Dawn. We could actually just Red Rock this Law away. I'm actually not even against that idea. Getting rid of this Law. So let's attack like we know what we're doing. And of course we don't have any Dawn open, so we won't be able to save ourselves here. We'll use this trigger, draw 2, trash 1. We could use this to get rid of. Trash that. Okay. And then we will end the turn there. Yeah, I don't see a world where Yamato wins this fight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. That's fine. So that leaves us with this. It gets rid of a 4 cost. Yeah. You get nothing, sir. All right. All right. So we saw that Reiju was a really bad matchup. Like horrendously bad. Obviously there were some misplays, but beyond those misplays, I'm trying to think. Because how do we fix this? I don't know. I don't know if we can make this a better matchup for the current meta. I'm trying to think. Because I have the 2Ks I have the 2Ks I wanted. So that's not the issue now. The issue now is just to kind of look at the list. 7. This is EVO2. One of your opponent's rested characters will not become active during the next refresh phase. Your turn up to one of your Dawn cards is active. This is not even that bad. If I want to switch this out for Hody, Hody's really good. Hody's definitely like a win con. Speaking of which, I wonder if they added some of the new cards from OP12 here. I don't think they have. Doesn't look like it actually. I'm just looking at stuff now. It's not that bad. It is Supernova searchable. First up to one of your opponent's 6 costs or lower characters, then K up to one of your opponent's 5 costs or lower characters. Radio Knife is not bad. Something worth thinking about. Electrical Luna, I've seen this make a resurgence. I really hate the screenshots from the game. It looks terrible on cards. Like, I'm starting to like the manga shots that they're using, but I don't like these where it's like you can see the separate panels. It's mostly just like the single page spread that they use sometimes. Like I don't like this one at all. I don't know. I think I just have to try it. I have to try it. We saw some misplays. Obviously, we saw some pretty major misplays from some of the testing we did, like with Sanji, and we saw some misplays with Red Hawk. When we're fighting against people, we just have to keep in mind that not to make those types of misplays, but everything else, I think, worked out pretty well. I'd like to say it worked out well. I say we give it a shot. We do like one Eastern match with this. Refresh. I think we try Kobe. See what happens with Kobe. All right, cool. I don't really want to do Bella Betty. Maybe. I think we'll keep. We have our law, thankfully. I think that's gonna suck. I mean, I don't know what what is this? Oh, oof. Poor guy. Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm an idiot. I keep forgetting. 6K leader. I'm so used to a different type of leader. So at 7, you can play out what? Sanji? What else can he do for 7? Play out Kid? Or you can do that. There's Gum Gum Giant. So now we know for a fact he has at least 2 Gum Gum Giants. What do we throw in life? He could, okay. That's fine. So 7, 8, 9, that's actually perfect. 3, 4, so we can't use these anymore. You have to save them for counter. Let's see if he tries to fake me out. I don't think he will. I think we will pass. Big Mom, heal. Potentially push something to life. I think he can only push this into life, which is not bad. Yeah, that's fine with us. Yeah, I think we save this. Is this only leader up to 1 year? Oh, Booey. Yeah. Okay. I think we deploy this, rest this, grab another one of these. That. 7. Then. All right, that was our second misplay with a Red Hawk. It's good to know though. It's good to make these mistakes now while we have the chance. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's unfortunate. To trash. I think we'll trash this. So we're actually at 3, 4, 5. We can get rid of searcher if we really wanted to. Let me think. 5, 5. So what we can do. See, right now he's at 6, 7, 8, 9. He's at 9. So that's actually okay. That's the rush Luffy. I know that. I'll probably come in over here. Yeah, we'll resolve that. Six. Resolve. Okay. Yeah, we'll concede this. Back to main menu. Let's try again. Let's try a Sanji. Why not? Well, Mulligan. Boy. And then we'll grab... I think we'll grab... Grab the searcher for now. Interesting. Give it to one rest on. Okay. We can actually almost use this. Let's go. So I think this will only trigger on 2 or less life. A little unfortunate. Hang on. Okay. So we'll try to take the next hit so we can use our Sanji more appropriately. Oh, this is the 2K ones, the 2K vanillas. Nice. Man, I've been misplaying this card like crazy, but you know what? We're learning. Thankfully, we're not in OP 11 yet, so we're learning now. We'll resolve this. We'll use the trigger, draw 2, trash 1. What are we trashing? I think we'll just trash one of these. That's fine. So we can actually just... No, I don't think we're gonna Hody yet. Draw 2, trash 1. What are we trashing? Doo-doo-doo. Ooh, fun. Ah, okay. Hmm. 7, 9. Oh, he doesn't have anything else to rest. Let's see. Grant a character up to 2 rest to Dawn. How do I do this? Give this to Dawn. Oh, it's with the opponent. Okay. Actually, at least we did the trick once. We did the trick once. That's fine. I just wanted to do it once. It didn't feel that great. Look, he's got like 8 cards in hand, man. We're in parity right now. Yeah, if we activate a blocker, it KOs. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It'd be 3 2Ks. 1, 2, 3. Actually, yeah. We could actually just throw a blocker at this. Yeah, it's fine. Trash. Okay. Now what do we heal? Swings here, swings here. Plays out a rush character, goes for game, potentially. So if anything, we're gonna have to 2, 3. We might be able to. If he doesn't attach anything, we might be able to get out of this. Because that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, no, we can't. Not out of this one. That's 2, 4, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Let's see what he does here. Because he could have a second one. So depending on how he attacks with his leader. Ten cards in hand, he definitely has a second one of these. Unless he has a Shanks. Doesn't seem like he's playing Shanks. Then again, he was playing Whitebeard. If he plays out a blocker, we rest it. Or you play that out, that's fine too. 8, 9. That we can definitely get out of. No, we'll do this. So he has radical beams. We could heal. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, he has this. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm glad I healed. Swings here with a bunch. Could go for game. That's 7. Yeah, that's game basically. Oh, that sucks. Because yeah, he would just attach everything, swing in. Yeah. Let's try again. Not fighting any of those decks. You are crazy. I'm not fighting green, purple Luffy. You gotta be insane if you think I'm gonna do that. Grab this. I want this to be a little bit higher up. Once we get to our 7 Dawn, we can put Hawkins into our life. Until then, we just kind of see what Smoker does. Try to decipher what this deck is trying to do to us. If he plays anything of relevance, we could just Zeus it away. Wouldn't be the end of the world. He has 1 Dawn open. I don't think he's going to do anything with that Dawn. I'd like to see what event he's running if he has 1 Dawn open. Okay. It was just a bluff. Unfortunate for him. But he's got 9 cards in hand. You got something to do. Yeah, this is going to be a 6K. I think if I take the hit, now we're at 5. I would like to stay around 5. We could 2. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So 7 Dawn, we throw down a Law, heal up Hawkins. He's at 6. I don't know what he's gonna even do for 6. Another blocker. Is he gonna swing in for 7? Swing in for 5. Interesting. So 7, that. And then it's pointless to swing in because he has a blocker. So we'll just end. This is where he would probably throw down his Hody or his Kid if he's got it. There's the Kid. Nice. So this is by effect. If we remove this, we could trash this, I believe. Oh, rest. Okay. Draw 2, trash 1. Let's see. Because he also has this blocker, so he could block her out of it. Or he can counter-event it. Okay. And then we'll end. So he can take this out, but that's fine. What can he do at 10? Does he play Shanks? I'm not sure if he would play Shanks. I'm not sure if Smoker would actually play Shanks. I feel like this is more of like, this is like his top end, so he's more of a mid-range deck. I'm not sure. But blocker. So he has 2 guaranteed blockers. What would he have to swing in with? Have to swing in with Kid to make, you know, a dent. Swing in with Leader into Law. Oh. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 2 2Ks. We have 1, 2, and a 1K. We can save it. And then the 1K, we'll do this guy. You can swing in 9, and we could save it. I'm gonna probably even throw Sanji because I'm not sure if he's gonna hit us. If he swings in with the Smoker, he might just swing into the Law instead. So then I think we'd probably give up Sanji. All right. So 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. He has 2 blockers, so he can easily save this if he really wanted to, but then he's giving up his blockers for it. It's giving up a lot of cards. Wow. Nine. It's gonna be 11 at most. Or no, 4. If he swings 9, then yeah, we're fine. Or no. Yeah. Okay. I'm very tempted. Let's see, that'll give us 5, 6, 7. No, damn. How to trash one. We're gonna probably trash that. All right. Could double blocker. He still has one blocker. What we can do is we could rest. We can rest his blocker, swing in with the law. See, that'd be 3. Yeah, I think I want to do that. He does have 2 Dawn open, so this could be an event. Yeah, it was an event. I was really hoping it wouldn't be. And then okay. Never seen a second one of these, by the way. Amazing. It's 5. Another 5. All right. Still has this active. I am ready to end this game regardless. I was just fed up. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be in this game anymore. If he's got it, he's got it. But how do I feel? I don't think it was my best showing. But granted, you have to keep this in mind, keep it in perspective. This was a first running, like this is like literally the test run of this deck. Literally today's the first day I actually put this together and like actually put it through the paces. I don't even know how I feel about it. I think it functioned fine. Obviously there was a lot of misplays with Red Hawk. That was on my part, so that I'll take, you know, full responsibility for. You know, Red Hawk, you know, you read the card, but do you ever really read the card? Obviously not, because I think every time I think I played Red Hawk, I played it wrong. And not only that, but I never left Dawn open for it. So this could be one of those cards where it's just like, this card just isn't for me. This might end up just being a zero cost event. I think in hindsight, that might be better, because what do we have? We have like probably like close to 24, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We only have 10, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We only have 10, yeah. What we could do is we could actually just cut it down to 2 and just put in 2 of the zero cost events. No, well, yeah, I think so. Like that, maybe. I don't know. How do I feel about that? I feel like maybe it's better. At least we have a zero cost event that could potentially heal us at the bottom of our life. I'm not super jazzed by it. This actually did pretty well. I did like this. I don't know. No, I mean, the more I think about it, I think I was fine the way it was. I think this card just has more utility at this point. And not running a full playset feels kind of bad. Or not needing to run a full playset feels a little bad. This was definitely more of a gimmick card than anything. I would say Straw Sword is definitely more important than this was. But it does feel good to save like 2 extra Dawn when you're trying to swing big, like we did the first time we played this. So I didn't have an issue using this. This Luffy was fine. Zeus did pretty good. I mean, the one time we got to use it, it did pretty good. Capone was fine. It's a 2k blocker, or 2 cost blocker. Law, obviously, I think was the centerpiece of the deck. It's a bit of an understatement. Hody's good. I'd like to have more. I want like a playset. Maybe if we go down one of these, we can go up a Hody. Because that's what? 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe that's the call. Because Hody's really, really good. Especially with Law. Like, being able to draw the card that you put on top of your life with Law is not bad. So, if anything, Law is pretty good. Sanji was not my favorite. If anything, I would probably even want... because Cross had Apu as a blocker. No. I think the Sanji's still a little bit better than Apu. Apu's nice to have, like, later game, like late game, as a blocker. Hawkins is great to have. I like having Hawkins. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is more or less probably where I would leave the deck. If I was going to build this out, this is probably what I would end up building out. I will become Pirate King. It's still pretty good. So, you know what? I feel like I'm pretty happy with this. I think we're leaving the deck in a better place than it was before. Obviously, this is going to require more testing. I think we need like another 2 days worth of testing to actually like be consistent and not do like some crazy misplays. And then maybe we can come back to this later on. But for now, I feel like Law, the deck, is actually pretty good. I knew this card was good. I didn't realize it was that good. Even if you're not running a Supernova leader, this is still like a heal 1 for 7. And then of course there's the what is it, OP 12? And OP12. Yeah, in OP12, we're going to get a Kuma, a 6-drop Kuma that also heals. So following either Law or Kuma as a heal into Hody, it's not bad. That's worth it. What would we even get rid of for Kuma? Because I think Kuma's a 1 cost. I don't think it was a blocker. It might be a blocker. I don't think it is, though. Maybe we get rid of the Luffy for the new Kuma, because I think the new Kuma has counter. We'll see. But yeah, if we do add in the new Kuma, I'm just gonna, you know, use him instead of Luffy. I think that's not a bad idea. Even though this is pretty good, like an 8k swinger is not bad for 5. Granted, you're trashing a life, but you're mitigating that with Law. But yeah, I feel like this is it's fine. You know, other than some of the hiccups we ran into earlier, I think this deck is fine. So thank you so much for watching. Whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD later on, always appreciate you spending time with me. We'll go ahead and wrap things up for Friday's stream. We're gonna be looking at the last commander deck I have, which is just a an Eldrazi deck that has undergone a couple of changes since last year. So interested to show that off and, you know, give you the explanation of why I've made the changes I did. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here, and until next time, goodbye, adios, sayonara, farewell, c'est la vie, aloha.